There.
So the way and just from my standpoint, because I train, like I have my own clients that I train from an online standpoint. I always send them a questionnaire. I break my questionnaire up into two categories. The first one is fitness, and then the next one is nutrition. Now you can break that up even more, but that's just how I have it categorized. So I ask them everything from a fitness standpoint. Are you working out at all right now? If so, how often? What are your fitness goals? And then I break that into from a personal lifestyle standpoint. How many hours of sleep do you get normally? What does that look like? What time do you normally lay down? What time do you normally get up? So that's from a lifestyle standpoint. And then from a nutrition standpoint, I say, okay, how many times do you normally eat a day? Like, what do your meals normally consist of, right? So those are the different type of categories that you wanna be specific about. Because when you're helping somebody achieve their goal, you need to know these specific things, because what might work for me might not work for Stead, right? Everybody's body is different. So these are the aspects that come into play that can really affect what you might have to change when it comes to that client. And you want to let them know that, look, I'm not just giving you something that I give everybody else. It is customized to your needs. All right?
Other question, one second more for you. How do you go about pricing your...
Good point. That's a good question too. So of course, you have to look at where you're at, right? If I'm in New York, if I'm in California, the cost of living is a lot higher, right? I was just in California and I was paying $2,000 a month to stay in a little box, but minimum wage over there is like 12, 13 bucks. And then I go to South Carolina, I got a 2-story house for $1,200, but minimum wage is only $7. So you have to definitely look at where you're at, right? So where you're at, the bigger the city, you can charge a little more. The nicer the area, more money, you can charge a little more. A big thing with me, I try not to make it seem like it's about money, right? But you definitely want to make money. You don't want to be doing something for free, but you just kind of got to pay attention to where you're at, right?
So what are some ways that you can find out what your market is and what's the average range of what people are charging in your market?
So I would say definitely do research on other gyms in the area. See what they're charging for memberships. Working in California, you have these super rich areas. I work for Orange Theory. You have these super rich areas. So their memberships would be anywhere from $30, $40 to $50 to $60 higher. And then when you go to these other areas that aren't so rich, their memberships are always lower. And it's the same thing when I was working for a gym called Burn Boot Camp, where I was running the gym. It was the same thing. We go to these nicer areas, they were charging $30, $40, $50, $60 more a month than what the gym where I was at, what we were charging. So definitely do research in gyms in the area. See what they're charging for memberships. Try to see what personal trainers are charging, because a lot of times it's what the gyms, the trainers can only, it depends. The trainers, a lot of times trainers can only make what the gym will allow them to make. And if you're making a certain amount, they're gonna take a certain percentage. It all depends on how that gym is structured. So definitely do research in gyms in the area that you're in and see what they charge for membership, see what they charge for training, see what they charge for classes. Just really do your research that way.
So even as you're saying that now, there was a few of you yesterday that I've spoken with about that, right? Meaning that if you're working at a gym, there's only but so much that they're gonna allow you to make. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind, there are percentages that they have to take. So same thing as I told some of you again yesterday and previous times, when Short, myself, or even though we are training you guys individually as in basketball, it's the same thing. That's not our gym. So they're allowing us to use that gym for a certain time, meaning those customers that they normally get are not there because we are occupying the gym. So a certain fee has to be charged to you, and that percentage has to be given to that gym manager or owner for us using that gym to train you specifically. Individual prices are different, group prices are different. It's all the same thing, okay?
So that goes back to what we were saying about packages that you're going to be including in part of your sales portion of your website. So, like they're saying, your individual price might be a little bit higher because I'm having to rent the gym just to train you for an hour. So I got to raise the price because I'm giving this gym only towards you, okay? Rather than me having that same gym for an hour and now I have about 5 to 10 people in there to do a workout, I can drop the price to be a little bit less, okay? So also keep that in mind. You don't want those prices the same because then nobody's gonna come. Also for the individual price, you don't want it too high because nobody's gonna wanna do an individual. So you kinda gotta find that middle ground of where that price is. Even starting off, like I said, with the deals and everything, as a promotion, start your prices low. Give them that deal for maybe 2 to 3 months or for the first month, and then after that, they sign a new contract and you raise the price. Okay, that gives them the opportunity to see if they like the gym. It gives them the opportunity to see if they like the facilities. Do they like you as a trainer, and so forth. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well too.
On a side note, also when I've trained people, I would give them an actual price, and I would say, hey, listen, if you have a friend, too, if you bring them to my attention, then I'll reduce your fee.
Exactly.
Because you brought 2 additional clients to me, so I'm just marketing myself through you.
And that goes back to what we were saying, some of these groups I touched on, referrals. Okay? That person is, you're selling for them. I think Julian in an analogy the other day. Okay? If we go out and somebody, and you see somebody that you've been working with and they look fit and they're cut up, they got all these abs and muscles, and somebody sees them walking down the street like, wow, like, how did you get your body that way? I'm trying to work out and get in shape to be like that. What do you do? Where do you go? All right, and that person's gonna say, oh, I train with so-and-so. Here's this contact information. That person who just got that referral, they don't need that trainer to sell or anything because they see the results. You see what I'm saying? So that person just sold you and you didn't even have to do any work. You didn't have to market yourself. You didn't have to do anything. All you had to do is your results sold for yourself. Okay, so keep that in mind too.
That was me, right?
Yes, that was Julian.
Buff guy.
Yes, the buff guy.
So those are good points. So yeah, are you doing partner training? Are you doing individual training? Are you doing group training? So your prices can vary that way. What he touched on as far as promoting, what we would do like trials. We would do like, okay, 21 days for free. Sometimes we would do like 30 days for free. So we would bring a lot of people in because they're like, oh, free. So then it's my job as a trainer to, show them that, okay, you tried this for this amount of days for free. Now this is why you should sign up. This is why you should stay, right? So it's a lot of different promotion tactics that you can use, whether it's from social media. Probably one of the biggest ones is definitely Facebook. We use that a lot. And then you have your members that come in, and not only social media standpoint, but your testimonials. That's very big. So once you get a few clients and they see some results, you track those results. Like you take pictures, measurements. We would do pictures, measurements, and then we would share that. We would post their picture on the gym. We would post it on Facebook. So there's a lot of different tactics that you can use to help spread the word, to help promote, to help bring more people into the gym. It's a very big aspect. And fitness is so big because it's not about, oh yeah, you want to be ripped with a six-pack and muscles. No, it's about your health. It's about, we had several people that were over 300 pounds that had health conditions that when they came to us, they lost over 100 pounds. Their cholesterol went down, their blood pressure went down. They got rid of diabetes. Like those are the type of aspects that are important because it's your overall health. So that's a big thing that you want to promote. All right.
Before we move on, okay, because I still want y'all to have enough time to finish your projects, I want him to touch on 2 more things, and then we'll give him the opportunity to kind of bounce around. We'll all be helping out, so that, because I know a main portion of what you need to do today for trainers and nutrition, the main thing you should be getting done today is creating that workout plan for your 2 weeks, and from a nutrition standpoint is creating your meal plan for person that's trying to lose weight and gain weight. So I'm gonna let him touch on that for a little bit, and then we'll break off and let you go back into your group. So just make sure you get all your attention this way, and pay attention, because he's gonna give you a lot of good information. So first off, we'll start with the trainers, and basically how do you form a workout plan for somebody that's trying to lose weight and somebody that's trying to gain weight.
Okay, so that's a good point. That's what I was gonna touch on next. If I asked you, would you know how to do that? So, every certification, I went with NASM, right? Everybody's different. They have different ways that they teach you. I would say probably the most specific, not the most specific, but the easiest way that I can break it down for you, right? If you have somebody that wants to lose weight, think about caloric deficit. Does everybody know what that means? Caloric deficit? Nobody? Alright, so if you have a client that wants to lose weight, you want to think about caloric deficit. If you have somebody that wants to gain muscle, gain weight, then you want to think about a caloric surplus. And it's not all about calories. It's not all about calories. It's about macronutrients. It's about, how much sleep you're getting. Are you stressing at all? It's a lot of other factors that come into play, but the 2 biggest ones are your calories, the amount of calories you're intaking on a daily basis. Everybody hear that? The amount of calories you're intaking on a daily basis, and your macronutrients. I would say those are the 2 biggest things.